It's me, I'm C, and this is Kickback Astrology. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. Alright, I'm sorry, I quit. But you know what time it is. Grab your guards, grab your woodies, grab your glasses, do what you need to do. Kick back how you kick back. I'ma kick back how I kick back. And let's get into some of these birth charts. Come on with it. Now he also has his Venus conjunct his Mars. But his Venus in Virgo, and we all know Virgo. It's the virgin, pure, critical, detail oriented. Because remember, we have Mercury in there. Critical, very mental. Mental. It's a mental earth sign as opposed to just physical. So Virgos have that mental capacity. That's why you know a lot of Virgos are known for being smart. They have that mental element of Mercury in there. As opposed to some of the other earth signs who are known just to work hard, just bite down, do the work. Virgos can more shake and move, and they're mutable. They can move and shake a little bit more, talk their way a little bit. You know, Virgos be lying, but you didn't hear from me. Mercury can bring a liar. Mercury can because you are already thinking ahead. You're thinking so fast. You're ahead of what the other person is thinking, so you can go ahead and clear that up. But you didn't hear that from me. But anyways, he also has his Venus conjunct his Mars. And with his Venus in Virgo, that makes him a critical of his lovers and also critical of himself. I would say critical of the way that he loves, I would say. Not necessarily critical of how he look like how could I put it? Because he's not necessarily critical of himself because he has so much Leo energy. But when it comes to love, he can be insecure. Like that's the area in his life where he can be insecure. That's where he can second guess himself and overthink himself. And he probably stresses his girlfriends out, like straight up. Because Virgo can be nitpicky. Like I said, it's detail oriented. It's the day to day stuff. Think sixth house, day to day, things you do every single day. Period. Point blank. Every little detail, every little puzzle piece goes into place. That's what Virgo like. That's the vibe of Virgo, so to speak, right? So that's the vibe we're getting through his Venus. So that's how he loves. That's what he's looking for in a lover, they would say. So, with that being said, he, I wouldn't say he doesn't know how to love, but he doesn't know how to just, he can't give as freely as he would like to with that. Because Venus is how you relate. And like I said earlier, Leos can be generous, but with that Venus in Virgo, he's critical. So although he may give anything to you, he's not necessarily judging you, but he knows. I don't want to say he's keeping tabs, but he's very aware of the people around him and how they are, and I should say what makes them tick, how they operate. He's very aware of that. And if he sees something he doesn't like he's going to try to fix it. Because remember, Virgo's a fixer. So he probably tries to clean up a lot of the people he's with. He's probably always trying to fix his loved ones. He's probably out, like, that's probably his role when it comes to people he cares about. Like, he's the fixer. Like, he tries to fix people. Even if they don't want help. Like, that's just what he does. That's what he's programmed to do. Like, I'm here to help you. I'm here to fix you. Even if you don't want to be fixed, you can think you're perfectly fine. Like he sees that one spot on you. Like he sees that one area where you're lacking. But everyone has weaknesses. So this could, for him, this could lead to him being very unhappy because he's seeing the one spot. Like you have a perfect person in front of you and you're picking at that one spot. You're going to end up being happy because that person is going to find someone who's going to appreciate them for who they actually are. And you're going to be the one left hanging because you wanted to pick at that one spot, but you had 97%. So that's what can happen with Virgo sometimes. So when it comes to love and how he interacts with people, that's how he can do it. Now with that energy being conjunct to his Mars, you know, Venus is your love, Mars is like your sex drive, how you go and get it, like I said. So Mars is like your sex drive, so you're combining love and your sex drive. So with that, he's probably into relationships. He's probably, because he can't really separate his love and sex, but it's in Leo. But we're not gonna go there. So he really combines those. So he probably really loves being in a relationship, but the relationship has to fulfill him. Because remember, Mars is selfish. It has to be fulfilling him on every level, or he will find something else to do. So Venus conjunct Mars, they can be in relationships, but it can burn out quick because it's passion. Remember, Mars is quick passion, and you bring that into love, so it's going to, it can, the quicker you light it up, the quicker it goes out. You see what I'm saying? So that flame can go out quicker, so they can end up going through a bunch of different relationships. Serial monogamous, kind of. That's like what I think of when I think of Venus and Mars, like serial monogamous. It's like you're always in a relationship, but like you're really a hoe though, because you're like, you've been in like 12 relationships. You see that? Like one of those situations, like I'm not a hoe, but like one of those. That could be Venus and Mars, because they truly are like in love for that moment, and then flame goes out, move on to the next one. That's Venus and Mars. But with his Venus being so critical, he probably can't do that as much as he wants to. He's probably a little bit slower. It probably slows him down a little bit with his Venus being in Virgo, because that Mars in Leo just wants to go. Romance. Like, you know Leo, like it just wants to go. Okay, I have your attention. Okay, okay, I have your attention. Okay, okay, I have your attention. They can take attention from anybody. They don't really mind, whether we're together or not. Like they just want your attention. Okay, you gave them their attention for that moment. All right, cool. That's what his Mars and Leo is like. But then that Venus in Virgo is so critical. It's like I can't just go with anyone. I have to, they have to be this, and that, and this, and she has this wrong with her. And probably when he meets a female, like he probably sees like right off the top, like what's wrong with her. He probably doesn't say anything, but he knows like okay, this, and that. So that probably slows that Venus and Mars thing down a little bit, but still, he's probably a serial monogamous. And then when he finds the one that can actually keep his fire burning, he'll probably marry her, and they'll probably go on. Because Venus and Mars is not necessarily a bad conjunction. It just, like I said, it can lead to the quick burnout in relationships and love and stuff. And because you're so passionate, it's so much, and it's just, it can burn out quickly. That can happen with any. Because Venus isn't just how you love in relationships; it's how you love in general, and all your relationships. You know what I'm saying? It's not your emotions, it's not how you feel while you're in it, but this is how you love. This is how you're gonna show somebody you appreciate them. So you show somebody you love them by criticizing them, by being detail oriented. It's like some people don't want that. Some people just want you to say, "Babe, you look good today. I don't need you to point out the one hair that's sticking up. I'm fire," and that's just what it is. Don't blow my moment. Like he's that dude. Like you in the mirror, you spinning around, you looking, you like, oh, I'm right today. You go in the living room, you just know he about to, he about to say something. You just know you killing him, and then he like that hair sticking up, or he come up and like rub the one hair down tight. He's that type. And he's doing it because he feels like that's how you love. He got to make sure you on point. He has to make sure you're perfect. Virgo can also be a very insecure sign, so they can make him insecure when it comes to love and how he loves and things. But next thing here. Now, so AB, he also has his sun square to his Pluto, which I found interesting because with your sun and square to your Pluto, that's, if you don't know what a square is just conflict between two planets. It's not an opposition. They aren't beefing, but it's problems. You know what I'm saying? It's conflict. Sometimes you win, sometimes I win. You feel me? But it's not an opposition where it's all the way one way or it's all the way the other way. You're trying to figure out how to balance out the energy. You're trying to figure out when to use it, when to not use it. So he's trying to figure out how to use Pluto and when to use his sun and when to use Pluto. So sometimes he uses Pluto when he should use the sun. Sometimes he uses the sun when he should use Pluto. But they're not all the way beefed out. Like, I don't rock with you. That's more of an opposition. Square is more just, I ain't really feeling you, but we can coexist sometimes, but sometimes you got to go. That's more what a square is like. Sometimes we can figure it out, sometimes, hey, we gotta bump heads. But so he has his sun squares Pluto. So with his sun squares Pluto, with his ego not being lined up with his deep passion and his long-term goals, this could lead him sometimes to doing things without a purpose. And like I said, with his sun in Leo, he's already prone to doing things just for attention, good, bad, or indifferent. So with his sun square is Pluto, not only is he doing things for attention, but sometimes they don't even have a deep meaning behind it, or sometimes he doesn't even really care about it. He's just doing stuff just to do it. His Pluto is in Scorpio, so you know Scorpio is deep. Scorpio wants to get to the bottom of it. Scorpio wants to dig in, sit in the dark corner, and think about it. That's what Scorpio wants to do. That's what Pluto is. Pluto wants to sit in the corner and think about it, and once you figure it out, you come and let me know, and then you can transform and you can move on. But until then, until you sit in that corner and figure yourself out, it's gonna be problems. You don't want to transform? Okay, I got you. That's what Pluto does. Oh, you don't want to let go? I got you. You will. You will. What they say, regenerate. You will. Trust and believe. When Pluto comes through, you will be transformed. Voluntarily or involuntarily. Your choice. That's how Pluto do. In case you want to know. But this can also lead him to doing things and acting a way that isn't really true to how he feels on the inside. Because remember, Pluto is deep. It's your long-term goals. That's what Pluto is. Mars is like your short-term goals. Like I said, you go get it. Let's go get it. Pluto is like what you want to be in 10 years, 20 years. What's your plan? What's your plan? Okay? So, with that being said, if your sun, your ego, how you're acting, how you're putting yourself out there, is in conflict with your long-term goals and what you're trying to do in the future and what you're trying to accomplish, what you actually care about deep down, that can lead you to what? Doing stuff without a purpose just because. Doing stuff to try to make people think you one way when you're not. Because remember, Pluto likes to hide. Pluto doesn't like to be seen. Pluto likes to be in the dark. It's not like Pisces, Neptune hide, but he likes to be in the dark. It likes to stay where it can't be seen. It likes to duck off. It's not going to show you how it feels up front. Think Scorpio. It's not going to show you how it feels up front. It may act like everything's all good, and then bam, come and sting you. Think that. So that's what Pluto. That energy. Not wanting to show you how they are, trying to control things from behind the scenes, trying to do little manipulative stuff. That energy to meet a goal though. So keep that in mind. Not just doing stuff and manipulating just because. There's always an end goal. Think long-term goal. So his ego and how he's acting is in conflict with his long-term goals and what he truly cares about and he's really going for. So, what does this lead to? Issues with control. Like I said, Pluto is trying to move things around. Pluto is trying to manipulate. Pluto wants to get what it wants to get done and going about its way. Fixed water. Fixed. My way. Remember what I told you about fixed earlier? My way. So, with Pluto squaring, like, he's trying to control things, but he can't. Like, it's a square. Like, you're not even equipped. So he's trying to do little manipulative things behind the scenes and trying to put throw his weight around, so to speak. And he's not being able to accomplish that. And he's probably getting frustrated because, he has all this Leo energy. So he's probably getting frustrated. Like, why can't I control it? Why can't I make this happen? Why can't I make that happen? Because he has the urge to. Because remember, they're not beefed out. They're not beefed out. They still have some camaraderie. So he wants to control. He wants to have that Pluto energy. But he doesn't know when to use and when to not use it. So he's running around trying to manipulate this person. This person ain't paying him no attention. Person he should be trying to do it to, he's over here chilling. Like, and then sometimes it works, and then he'll get cocky in that, and then it'll blow up in his face 1,000 other times trying to manipulate people and throw things in conversation. And this is why I really think he doesn't speak to people direct. I think this aspect is why he doesn't like to speak to people directly, and why he doesn't, like with Floyd, he throws a lot of indirect shots at people. Like Adrien Broner is very indirect sometimes. Like sometimes he puts a name on it, like if an interviewer asks, but he likes to throw shots. Adrien Broner loves to throw shots at people, and that has to do with his Mercury, Mars. But it also has to do with his Sun square Pluto, because he's trying to make things happen behind. You could tell he's trying to make somebody force someone's hand sometimes when Adrien speaks. Like, as far as when he speaks about deals and things like that, like, you can tell by acting a certain way, he's trying to make something happen. Like, even with his fights, like, you can tell he's showing out because he's trying to get money. He's trying to sell tickets. You can tell. Like, you can tell. And that's where the square comes in, because you can see it, because he's not doing it right all the time. So sometimes it works, and sometimes it don't. But that's that Sun square Pluto, where he's acting a way to try to remember that Pluto, other people's money, other people's, and other people. So he's acting a way to try to get other people's income, other people's money, right? But it's not always working. Sometimes it works. Sometimes his manipulation works. But sometimes it doesn't. And he's supposed to be trying to learn how to when and when not to try to control what he can and can't control. What's yours and what ain't. That's what he's trying to learn. So he's trying to balance that. So he gets that twisted sometimes. That's why you have to see him get mad at Floyd, because he has a lot deeper connection to Floyd than Floyd has to him. And you can see that when he kind of blows up and does outlandish stuff and kind of try, in a way, to kind of try to force Floyd's hand and try to manipulate Floyd into doing what he wants. Because, like, he'll be in an interview and he'll say, like, he ain't called me. And you thinking in your head, like, why didn't you just call him? Y'all both grown. And you like, and this is why. And he also has his Mercury square Pluto, which is why he doesn't call him or talk to him. That's his Mercury. His Mercury is also square Pluto. So that's why he doesn't call to him or talk to him, or he tries to, like, have, what's the young boy's name that he was, Javante Davis. He tries to have the young boy, like, he tries to manipulate him. There's some Sun square Pluto stuff too. He tries to manipulate him, like, bring him to his side, because he know that was Floyd's, right hand. That was somebody Floyd was endorsing. So Sun square Pluto, he tried to manipulate old boy Javante to his side so he can make Floyd jealous. You see, so he can make Floyd mad. So Floyd would have to come deal with him. That's what he was doing. But you can see it. Sun square Pluto. You see what I'm saying? So, and like I said, I already said Mercury square. He has Mercury square Pluto. And that leads to why he doesn't communicate with people directly. Even when he called out Jay-Z. Or even when he likes to discuss money, like, the way that he talks about money, like, you would swear that AB was worth more than what he's worth. But that's because he's trying to get you. Do you see where the manipulation comes in there? It's because he's trying to get you to bring him more money. And he knows he can use his son. He's entertaining. He knows that. He knows he can put on a show, so he uses that. And he's creative because, remember, he has that Gemini moon, so he can create 1,000 different ways. You see that? So And that's why he keeps having this attention, even though people can't stand him and they don't even think he's a great boxer anymore. But he can still sell tickets. This is why. Because he has all of this Leo in it, and that's just drawing in that attention. He just drawing in that attention. And then he's creative. He has that Gemini moon. He's creating different things for you to see through his Leo sun. See, he's creating different things for you to see. Right? But then, once he does that, he does things sometimes to try to manipulate. See, it has to do with how he's acting. He's doing it to manipulate for his own gain, his long term, his what he's got going. Even with Floyd. He talked all this stuff about Floyd, and then you brag about signing a deal with him, which people don't even believe you signed. But you see how that manipulation factor comes in? Okay, I put out that I signed a $50 million deal. Maybe somebody could give me an $8 million deal instead of the $2 million they were offering me or whatever. Like, you see how he kind of plays? He uses that, even with his Mercury, he uses that sun and that Mercury. A lot of this stuff is his Mercury, but he uses that. That's where his squares get him in trouble, and he always ends up getting the butt end of it. Like, he talked all that stuff about Jay-Z, but then after that, he didn't end up making more money, so you really just screwed yourself. Doesn't make sense. And he's already speaking to people crazy, because like I told you, his sun and his Mars are conjunct. I mean, his Mercury and his Mars are conjunct. So he's talking to people crazy. Not necessarily intending to, but that's how it's coming off. He's talking to people like, you need to do this, you need to do that. But remember, it's square Mercury, so it's square Pluto. So you talking to people what they need to do all along. You trying to get something totally different done. But you is coming off like you being direct or straightforward, but on the other hand, you trying to manipulate some stuff. You trying to get something going for yourself that has nothing to do with what we got going on. So how's that? Even the way how he tried to take that fighter back. Look, you were so proud to have been the person who introduced Javante and Floyd, but then once you and Floyd fell out or whatever, or what have you, you decide that, okay, I'm gonna take Javante back. I'm gonna bring him back over here. Like, then you want to start being seen with him heavy and be with him all heavy because you and Floyd beefing, and you know that's Floyd's fighter. You see that? You see the mind, you see the mental manipulation. You see it? Mercury square Pluto. It's a mind game. But then you want to sign with Floyd, but you were just beefing with. You see the mind games that he's playing? Because none of what he's saying up front isn't truly how he feels, because truly behind that, he loves Floyd and he wants to be, associated with him. I don't know in what capacity, but he wants to be associated with him. But you see how that true feeling always come to the forefront, that Pluto that he's trying to, but it always comes to the fore. We see you, bro. We see you. We know you love Floyd. I don't care how many times you say you hate him, because your actions showing that. You showing us. How you gonna hate this man all that much, but then want to be up under his fighters, and then you want to fake sign to him? Because I don't know if it's official or not, so that's just what they're saying. I don't know, but then you want to sign with him. Like, bruh, what is it gonna be? What is it gonna be? Because the whole time you were working your hand to get that check. That's what it looks like at the end of the day. So that was part 4 about Mr. Adrien Broner. We learned about some of those aspects that are causing him problems in his life. But some of his aspects also help him get things done. That's why you see him still being able to move and shake, even though he just brings a lot of drama to himself, but he's still able to move out here, like, and you can respect it. Like, okay, if y'all gonna buy it, if you gonna buy it, if you like it, I love it. Straight up, and he gonna keep making it do what it do. Trust me, he gonna keep putting on his show, and you gonna keep buying a ticket to see it. Straight up. But anyways, as always, thanks for watching. Check out some of my other videos. Let me know what you think down below. Come on with it.